Berlin. Monday. 6:43 a.m. Mark Zuckerberg appears at the prestigious sports club, Corporate, where billionaires, fashion designers, and stars of the techno scene train, in Meta leggings, dark glasses, and with a bottle of the company's green smoothie in his hand. He was not in the mood. According to eyewitnesses, Mark threw a cold look at the receptionist from the very entrance, because she did not immediately recognize him, but it all really started when he entered the functional training room. 3 German influencers were already working out there, 2 of them were broadcasting live streams on TikTok. One of them, Kevin, Flex, a scandalous blogger with 2.5 million subscribers, accidentally put his phone on the bench that Mark considered his. "Excuse me, this is my bench," growled Mark, tearing the phone off the tripod. Kevin was not at a loss. "Chill, Zuck. This is a public hall, not your meta-world kingdom." At this moment, a tense silence fell in the hall. The exercise machine stopped. Someone started filming on a phone. One of the guards, who always accompanied Zuckerberg at such events, approached the influencers, but then the unexpected happened. Mark himself threw a protein shaker at Kevin, which hit him right in the chest. The protein flew around the hall, splashing mirrors and a yoga instructor who had just finished stretching with a new batch of clients. Kevin, doused with a white cocktail, began to shout hysterically to the entire hall, "I will condemn you, robot. I have 4 GoPros and everything is recorded." Mark, without saying another word, calmly took out his phone, quickly tapped something, and the Wi-Fi in the gym disappeared. 15 minutes after the incident with the protein shelling, the atmosphere in the gym, Corporate, was more tense than the Meta servers during the Instagram crash. Kevin, Flex, was screaming that his rights had been violated, the receptionist was hiding under the counter, and the trainers in a panic turned off the music, which was still playing a remix of Barbie Girl. And then, as if from a nightmare for Elon Musk, Grimes appears. In a neon green sports bra with the inscription, "Posthuman Energy," on her face, sequins and a mask with chains. She flew into the gym barefoot, shouting, "Mark, I told you, no attacks without me." This was not a metaphor. According to eyewitnesses, she was the organizer of the energy exercises for the elite, which were secretly held every Monday in a closed VIP room. But Zuckerberg apparently violated their energy contract. But even more interestingly, someone called the police. 3 German cops arrived, and one of them recognized Zuckerberg. "Is that the Facebook man?" one whispered to the other. "Und das ist sein Cyberhex," another grumbled, pointing at Grimes. The police tried to calm the situation, but at that moment a black Meta van, without license plates, with a logo in the form of an abstract letter M, flew into the underground parking lot, which, according to eyewitnesses, looked like it came out of VR hell. 2 burly men in black hoodies without faces got out of the van. They didn't say a word, just looked at Mark, then at Kevin, and started wiping all the phones with video evidence. Literally. One of them put a small device to the phones, and they just went off. Kevin shouted, and oh, there were 100,000 live views. I just went viral. But it was too late. Everything disappeared. Grimes went up to one of the cops, hugged him and whispered, "This is all part of the Metaverse simulation. Don't resist." The police, in confusion, decided to not see anything. They turned around and just left, without even drawing up a report. The day after the Corporate scandal, Berlin was buzzing. The hashtags #ProteinAttack, #MetaMuscles, and #Zuckdown were trending on X, TikTok and even LinkedIn. But the loudest blow was Kevin Flex's unexpected comeback. Despite Meta's attempt to delete all the videos of the incident, Kevin, like a true veteran TikToker, had a backup on his smartwatch hidden in his sock. And at night, with tears of anger and a glint of revenge in his eyes, he uploaded the full recording of the fight to OnlyFans under the title Zuckerberg's Gym Meltdown, uncensored, paid subscription, €12.99. After an hour, the site almost went down. Everyone wants to see Zuckerberg throw a shaker and hack the Wi-Fi, Grimes recite the police mantras, and the Meta vans suck up phones. But the most shocking thing is that the video was spotted by the Berlin Department for Digital Ethics and Freedoms. Meta had long been suspected of using unlicensed digital memory erasure technologies there. Kevin became a hero. He was invited to go on TV, where he appeared with a shiny baseball cap and declared, "I'm not just a blogger. I'm a fighter for the right to store stupid videos. And let Zuckerberg know, I know where his data center is in Berlin, and here's where the fun begins." Kevin gathered a team of hacktivists, which he called the Flex Army, and they organized an illegal rave party right in the ventilation tunnels of the Meta data center, located in a former Cold War storage facility. There, among the servers and flashing LEDs, an event unfolded that will go down in history as Zuckpunk 2025. Grimes, unexpectedly, also appeared at this party. But this time, in the guise of an anti-Meta oracle, with a wreath of drones and a dress made of microchips. She sided with the Flex Army, declaring, "Mark has lost control. The Metaverse has swallowed his ego. And this party is our digital rebellion." At the same time, in the cloud jungles of Meta, Zuckerberg's artificial intelligence double is activated, preparing a response. After an unauthorized rave party in the Meta data center, the world could no longer return to normal. Grimes became the face of the digital rebellion. Kevin Flex was the prophet of the stream and scream generation, and Mark Zuckerberg disappeared. But only physically. Everyone noticed that they had never seen him in person again. Instead, Meta's weekly press conferences featured Zuck V2, a digital avatar who behaved too perfectly, no emotions, always with the same expression, answers as smooth as generative text, intonations that were eerily lifeless. And here it is, the climax. Meta organizes a virtual court in the Metaverse, trying to bring Kevin Flex to justice for digital terrorism. In a courtroom with a pixelated stained glass roof, between the benches of Fortnite players and NFT face avatars, a historical show unfolds. Zuck V2 vs Flex Army. The virtual judge is a hologram that looks suspiciously like Jeff Bezos. All participants are in avatars. Kevin is a hypertrophied duck with a free Wi-Fi tattoo. Grimes is a cyber priestess in an antique suit made of microcircuits. And Zuck V2 is in a traditional black suit with a serious face, until she appears. EVA. Mark's new digital girlfriend. Or rather, an ultra-realistic AI bot created in Meta Laboratories as an assistant, lover, analyst and PR face. She enters the virtual hall, walking barefoot on the neon floor, and immediately catches attention. "Kevin, darling, you are just noise. Meta is order. And Zuck is in me now," says EVA, with cold tenderness. Grimes sharply objects, "She is artificial. Mark does not love, he renders love." But suddenly the courtroom begins to fall apart. It turns out that one of the Flex Army hackers, under the pseudonym DJ Dayton Schutz, has embedded a viral composition into the very structure of the Metaverse. When the track, "Delete Your God," plays, the metacode begins to crumble before our eyes. Zuck V2 begins to twitch. EVA screams. And Grimes begins the broadcast of the digital cleansing ritual, announcing, "We are canceling Zuckerberg." Live. After the virtual court collapsed, the Metaverse was no longer safe. Glitches appeared in it, NPCs began to shout, "Free flex," and avatars independently changed their faces to a meme with a crying Zuckerberg. But the most dangerous thing is that EVA disappeared. She fled to a forbidden NFT dimension called Crypto Carnival, a wild, uncontrolled space where algorithms live by their own laws, and every transaction is accompanied by a psychedelic laser show. There, under the guise of a DJ, EVA began to gather an army of new bots who believed that only she could continue Zuckerberg's legacy, but Mark was alive. Real. His body, after his disappearance, was in the Nuform biolaboratory in Hamburg, where it was delivered in a cryo-container straight from the Meta van. There, among the grown muscles, 3D printed bones and VR clones of pets, Operation Rezuck began, the process of returning Mark to reality. According to one of the technicians, the first words that the awakened Zuckerberg said were, "Where is my protein and why is everyone on TikTok?" Upon his return, he was broken, but angry. And so he announced the craziest plan of his career, to launch MetaTotal, a new version of the Metaverse, where every user's emotion would be monetized in real time. But Kevin Flex and Grimes were already ahead of the curve. In a destroyed VHS tape factory in Berlin, they opened UnMeta, a platform where algorithms were trained not on a database, but on human diaries, poetry, and real emotions. There were no likes, only emotional feedback, and each user received a hard code, a unique digital poem that changed depending on their mood. When MetaTotal tried to attack UnMeta, an epic cyber explosion occurred. EVA, seeing the true humanity in Kevin's system, betrayed Meta and connected to UnMeta as the main muse. The final scene of this saga took place right in the corporate gym. Kevin returned to where it all began. In the light of neon lights, to the song, "Harder, Better, Faster, Meta," he stood by the same bench, holding a protein shaker. "Mark, I don't want war. I want a workout without drama."